Can you spot a mistake? If you wanna nail those one-rail bank shots, it's time to use right speed and spin on the cue ball. If you hit one ball perfectly straight using natural speed, then after contact with side rail it going perfectly towards opposite side pocket. But when we try to hit much harder, then angle of reflection shallow and one ball going very short. And same happens if we decrease amount of speed, but this time angle of reflection widens and one ball going slightly longer. Even side spin changes behavior of the object ball, because if we apply left spin, then object ball going long, but if we apply right spin, then it going short. Hitting the cue ball softer with no spin makes it much easier to calculate one-rail bank shots, but sometimes we are forced to use more speed as well as spin, and I'm gonna reveal the reason behind the secret later on. But first, let's talk about this 9-ball scenario. Cue ball is located in a really awkward place, making it extremely difficult to get from 8-ball to the 9-ball. So the next time, use this simple trick. Aim 8-ball here, with intention of playing one-rail bank shot. Even if you hit 8-ball too thin, then it ends on bottom rail, while cue ball going up, and you leave your opponent with really awkward shot. It is extremely important to avoid hitting 8-ball too fake, because there will be a double kiss between balls, so you probably leave easy 8-ball to start. But hey, if you make that 8-ball, then you get perfect shape on the 9-ball, so be sure to call that ball if necessary. Alright, what is the biggest lie you have ever heard about pool? You are playing 8-ball and you wanna make this ball into that corner pocket, but your opponent's ball are blocking the path. I have heard many times that to make that ball, you have to hit low on the cue ball, so it has backward rotation, and during contact, it transfers some forward rotation to the 8-ball, so it should be able to follow the blocker. And this is actually true. But when we are hitting very hard, then we face inconsistency in behavior of the 8-ball, and additionally it is extremely difficult to be accurate, because 8-ball have to hit 4-ball as full as possible. 8-ball stays right in front of a pocket despite hitting this ball pretty well. On the other hand, if we use much less speed, then 8-ball behaves completely different and still has enough forward rotation to go towards pocket. But what is very interesting, the draw is not even necessary, because you can just roll the 8-ball applying bit of topspin, but then you can expect embarrassing scratch. So remember, not spin but speed is absolutely crucial to make that shot possible, but most importantly, you have to hit blocker as full as possible. The next advice is for players who always lose critical positioning. We face this relatively long 4-ball with bit of angle, and we need to get to the 8-ball, which is blocked to this corner pocket by stripe ball. Here is the reason why stroke quality plays a huge role. Many players hit this ball quite hard, and even if they make that ball correctly, the cue ball going very long with no clear shot on the 8-ball. And yes, I know, we can actually cause the cue ball to make a contact with stripe ball to get perfect shape on the 8-ball to the side pocket, but it might be difficult because in some cases you can miss 4-ball because we were too focused on making the right contact. So the next time, try this. Aim 4-ball fuller and hit the cue ball lowest as you can, with intention to play a stop shot. The key is to use as little speed as possible, so that the cue ball moves only a tiny bit after contact with 4-ball, and we get perfect shape on the 8-ball to the bottom right corner. A As I said at the beginning, stroke quality plays a huge role, because after deep and long follow-through, cue ball rotates with a lot of backward rotation and slows down dramatically right before hitting 4-ball, and this is the reason why it moves only slightly after this contact. And of course, extremely important is fact that we play 4-ball bit fuller, because if it go towards other part of the pocket, then even perfect stroke will not help us to keep the cue ball on the right side of the 8-ball. So be sure to put all these puzzle pieces together correctly, and I promise you, your positioning will become much easier. Going forward, we experience really annoying situation where 8-ball and 9-ball are frozen together in such a way that this combo is directed towards the corner pocket, but a bit more towards the side rail. And this means that when we hit 8-ball straight, then 9-ball going immediately towards side rail and hits it way too early. Even if we try to cut this combo very thin, then 8-ball going a bit longer, but not enough to pocket that ball. Instead, you have to use rail first, what causes the cue ball to hit 8-ball from the other side, because then we are able to pocket the 9-ball. Let's imagine that you put the cue ball right in front of that combo. If we hit it perfectly straight, then 9-ball hits side rail here. If we hit it on the right side, then 9-ball going even more to the left, but if we hit it on the left side, then 9-ball going perfectly towards pocket and even do not touch the side rail. And this is caused by cut-induced throw factor, which means that cue ball always pushes the object ball slightly to the outside. The difference is clearly visible if we compare all three shots with different contact points. Using this technique, we are able to send the 9-ball further down the table and pocket it without bigger problems. And well, I know you had to wait a while, but it is the right time to come back to our one-rail bank shots for a moment. I need to mention this very interesting situation where we have to execute a bank shot on final 8-ball into this corner pocket, because this corner pocket is blocked by solid ball. The main problem in this situation is that another solid ball partially blocks our correct aiming point on the rail. So in this case, we need to hit 8-ball behind the solid ball, applying more speed and using a lot of right spin, because then 8-ball will have some left rotation and angle of reflection will shallow, so 8-ball going towards corner pockets. And similarly, if we slightly change position of solid ball, then we need to hit 8-ball before this ball, but this time we need to apply a lot of left spin and less speed, because then 8-ball will have some right rotation, which causes it to open more angle and go towards corner pockets. And well, using this technique we can sometimes escape really extreme situations in beautiful style. However, if you wanna learn more about executing one-rail bank shots, you need to check this video where I share really serious knowledge about some very useful systems which you can use in different scenarios.